All right, good afternoon, folks. I know I was on Brandon's call earlier. Had to leave because it was too windy out there. So had to get back, and I know he usually gets off at 2 California time. So I figured I'll hop on here. So anyone that wants to hop on this way, feel free to do so. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of both Dispo and acquisition. I have a goal to make, so I gotta get my toes dipped into the Dispo side. So let's go. I'm gonna call this guy first.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
David, can you hear me?
Sorry about that. I was in the other room.
No worries. No worries. How are you?
All right.
All right.
Saw Stan this morning.
You saw Stan this morning. How'd it go?
All right. He just wanted to know why I was at the house. And I told him the neighbor called me. And my neighbor friend called me and told me that, the water's on at the house.
Oh, no.
Because someone had used the water hose outside.
Oh, geez. Okay. Wait, does Stan have the keys to the house already?
Yeah, I give it to him.
Oh, you gave him the keys already?
Yeah, I gave him one key because he had some guy come and help me clean out the house when they brought the dumpster.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. But you still have an extra copy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then you're not too far from the house, are you?
No, not really.
Okay, cool. So here's this situation. I want to just update you on a few things, David. Because I think from the get-go, I've been a straight shooter with you, and my goal is to get you the most possible in your pocket, right? I gave you my word. I don't want to drop you. We had agreed on the 105. So, but the solar panel kind of just threw a wrench on things. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to figure out a win-win situation where you still get that 105. Okay, so here's the situation. Stan might close with us even with the solar panel, or he might not. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, because I mean it is worth $50,000. That's pretty hefty, right? And so we came across another local investor that we've done business in the past, and we said, hey, is this something that you would be interested in? There's a solar issue and so forth and so forth. And so he wants to take a look at the property. He's okay with the price point that we're at. So is there any way you can go over there and like in the next 45 minutes and just open the door so that he can see the place?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, cool. And do you know if Stan's there or?
No, he just came by this morning when I was there because I guess he had some friend or someone tell him there was a car there.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, if you can do that, it would help a lot because, like I said, my main goal is to get you the price point that we agreed on. So this might be our saving grace, so in that way everything gets taken care of, and you still keep all the money that we agreed on.
Right.
And then if this doesn't work, then we have to like start looking at what other options we have. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to exhaust all the options that I can before we have to go to that route that I really don't want to. You know what I mean? So
Right. I understand.
okay, cool. Hopefully you can appreciate that. Okay, so I'll let my guy know to go there in 45 minutes. If you can get there maybe half an hour from now and then just wait for him, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, I will.
All right, David, thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. And then also, I mean,
Yeah, sounds good.
okay, do you have any questions, any concerns? You okay with everything?
Yeah, I'm all right with everything. It's just gonna be the first time for the holidays without Mama.
I know, David, and this is, and I know there's nothing I can do to make that a little bit easier, but this is one of the reasons why I'm trying to exhaust all the options that I have and try to make sure that you walk away with the most amount in your pocket. That's the least that I can do for you. I know it's not gonna make the holidays a little bit easier, but hopefully it makes it a little bit easier in the long run. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for working with me, and we'll make sure we get this taken care of, get you to your next chapter, okay?
Yeah, I do have a question. Let's say this other guy jumps in and says, "Okay, it doesn't matter."
Mm-hmm.
Will we be able to do everything before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because right now, as it goes, they took my food stamps from me. So
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. If we move forward with this, usually when I'm dealing with these guys, they usually would be able to wire everything within 10 to 14 days. So even with that, we're still 1 week before. It would still be 1 week ahead of Thanksgiving.
Okay, good.
Okay, and if that timeline changes, obviously I will let you know first. You'll be the first one to hear from me. But for the most part, that should be good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, cool, David. Thank you. Thank you. And then let me know when you're there, and I'll let my guy know to be there as well, okay? You guys will see each other in 45 minutes. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Brandon, I didn't expect you to be here. I was like, this guy's going to hop off and go surfing. That's the only reason why I hopped on here.
It's too cold now, bro. Like, I'm a bitch.
Bro, if I only knew that, I would have just hopped onto your channel.
Oh, it's fine. I need to like not talk and go through my CRM, so I told everyone to jump on here. But you know what's funny? You know what was super funny last night? So, we have our StreamYard, everyone's jumping in, jumping on, right?
Yep.
The same thing happened last night with all like the political people, right? You got Ben Shapiro on here, you got this person on here, and they're all like jumping on each other's stream, like Tucker Carlson, all that stuff. I'm like, you do that shit too. That's dope. Like it's becoming a thing,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Let me just talk to Tom.
I think Angel's coming in too, and Hector's already here. Okay.
So what happened to Heido? He rolled out, didn't even say bye or no. He's
Like, I'm deuce.
like, I gotta go.
Like, and it's gone.
So,
Hey, what time is it in California right now?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 154.
part of Cali, you in, Angel?
Angel, what part of Cali you in?
Right above you guys. Downtown Los Angeles.
LA. On me.
I'm not hard enough to live in LA.
Oh yeah, you gotta be here from the start. Otherwise, you just don't get used to it. I would leave. I'd go somewhere else, but my kids are here and they've got all their mates. They're all getting married. All their friends are here. Our church is here. The whole thing. So it's hard for me to uproot. I don't like the traffic. I don't like the people. I don't like any other nonsense. I mean, the food's great. The beaches are great. Mountains are great. Weather's awesome. But, you know, man.
Yeah.
It's like hell in paradise.
Hell in paradise is correct. I'm going to try this guy again. Where is it? Where is it? Not David. Ronnie. 219.
Hello, you have reached Ronnie. I'm sorry I'm unavailable to accept your call. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message. I will return your call. Thank you very much for calling.
Sorry, mailbox is full.
Yeah.
To send an SMS notification, press 5. Your SMS notification will include your number 181
Can you do
9.
you already have a list of the Florida buyers?
I can do that for you real quick.
Could you? And then you didn't create a dispo sheet, did you? For Florida?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'll go and create it and just put it. I'll put a drip on it, and then I'll start making calls.
I'll get you that list in like the next 10 minutes, and then I gotta call Tanya to finalize her shit.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Oh.
Couple quick things.
So one last thing for Detroit, just FYI. So what's happening is that apparently there's a $14,000 debt that's not being taken care of. So husband is saying it should be $14,000 to him, and then after that it's 50-50. So we might have to postpone this thing. If Ashley wants to take him to court, then we might have to wait for 45 days. I just want to give you that in case that's where it ends up.
Okay, well, at least she's got to give us the fucking time we need for Denzel to get money then.
That's fine. We'll figure it out. But I just wanted to let you know before I call her. Because right now I'm just going to tell her, like, whatever you guys decide between you two, you got to figure that out before we come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then just kind of drop in her ear, like, hey, by the way,
What the heck was that?
You killing a bug or what? What are you doing?
My dog is extra needy today, and he's being a pain in the neck. and he won't leave me alone.
Oh, you're playing pocket pull down there.
So I'm
Yeah.
tapping him in the tummy. I'm tapping him and tapping him. See?
I was gonna say, I was like, Angel, I didn't realize you were too happy to see me. Jesus.
What's
Nah, this
Angel's
little guy-
motivation in ARV?
This little guy is we found him in the middle of the going into the freeway,
Oh,
and
no.
and we rescued him. So he's the kind of dog that really needs to have somebody around all the time, and he'll just pull up on you. He'll nuzzle you for your hand and make sure he's like always like that. So
Nice.
happy either. Sit down. Yeah, sit down. Okay. Well, let me get back to work.
Have you guys acquired anything in Memphis?
No.
No.
No. Decide whether to get this lead or not.
I don't even think I buy anything in Memphis.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of buyers and sellers, or buyers in the county and the cities. It's like over
When I was
20.
watching that RJ video, and the one thing that he said about Memphis is that deals are pretty easy to get, but they're hard to dispo. And so I thought, okay, well, if you can get deals pretty easily, but you can't get rid of them easily,
Yeah.
then that might be a problem. Actually, I do have it in my
Hey,
speed lead.
Roger. Good afternoon. It's Caesar. How are you? Great, great. Roger, I know yesterday was quite a crazy day, but we were supposed to hop on a call to go over the agreement. Do you have a few minutes now by any chance?
How about other people looking besides yourself?
So what does that mean?
I'm just saying what's going on with other people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just a little confused, Roger, because and maybe I misheard you last time, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But you said that all you want is $50,000 as your walkaway money after mortgage is paid for, right? So I don't know if were you able to open the document or the agreement that I sent to you?
No.
Okay, so on the agreement, I specifically said there on the price point is that you walk away with $50,000 on top of the mortgage payment.
Yes. But I didn't see nothing came over for me to open up.
Got it. Oh, okay. I can resend it over to you, but so while you're on the phone, I just want to make sure that you receive it. I guess the reason why I'm asking is because if we agreed on a price that works for you, I mean, I don't want to be going back and forth, going on a bid war. You know what I mean? It's like I've got $130,000 to burn in my pocket. I'm either going to put it in your house or I'm going to put it in someone else's house. I understand if I was under what you were asking, but I gave you exactly what you asked for. So that's why I'm just a little bit lost. So if I gave you what you asked for.
The agreement, I didn't see no agreement come over on my phone.
Got it. Okay. Here, let me send this over to you right now. Let me know if you receive it. Give me 1 second. Yep, it just got resent. I think I heard it. It went, ding.
Yeah.
Take a look at it.
As a senior about to be complete with discuss and update purchase sale agreement.
Yep. So if you click that yellow button, it'll open it so you can see what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Were you able to open it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it says contract for the purchase and sale of real estate. So it has the date of 11/4, so that was a couple of days ago. That's your name. That address, I just want to make sure that's the correct address on there under subject property.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Legal description, I got that from the county, so that should be correct. Total purchase price, it said mortgage balance plus $50,000 to the seller, but no more than 130, because you mentioned to me that it's $80,000.
Yeah.
All right. Cash deal, you said you needed 60 days, so I just put a closing date on it on the 3rd of 2025. So that way you have all the time in the world between now and then.
Okay.
Cool. And then on the next page, like I mentioned to you before, I will go ahead and send my contractors out there, my guys. So I will, my team, Tom is my guy who's in charge of scheduling those walkthroughs. He will reach out to you, at least give you 24-hour notice. So that way we can schedule those walkthroughs and make it as convenient as possible for you. Okay.
Okay.
And then other than that, inspections, that just gives us the ability to go in there. Like I said, I just want to make sure I get some bids and confirm that everything we discuss reflects the current condition of the house. Renegotiation based on condition, this hardly happens, but if let's say something's wrong with the foundation or there's like a big ticket item that we didn't discuss about, then obviously that's something that you and I have to talk about, before moving forward. If it's little items I don't care about, but it's the big ticket items that I care about. Okay.
Okay.
And then everything else pretty much is pretty self-explanatory. Prorations, any taxes or any utility bills will be prorated up to the date of closing, and then anything after that we're in charge of. And then at the bottom, it just says that seller will deliver property vacant on closing date.
Yep.
All right. So are we good to go, Roger?
Yeah. My question is, when will I be paid on the closing date?
On the closing, yeah, that's what I was asking you last time we were talking, and you said as long as you get the money on the closing date, you're good to go. Is that still the case or no?
It might be before that.
Like how much before that?
No, on that one. Well, it might be a month or two before that. Hold on. Wow. All right. Give me back tomorrow. This might be a shorter time date.
Okay, so do you want to close shorter or do you want the money quicker?
It might be shorter.
Yeah, I
get the money quicker.
That's no problem, Roger. I can close in 14 days if you want to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I put that date because that's what you said.
Yeah.
If you needed to be shorter than that, I don't mind. But I would at least like to get this thing signed so I can get my guys out there. And then if we need to change the date, I can always send you an amendment to change the closing date. Oh, and by the way, just to let you know, the closing date says January 5th or sooner. It doesn't mean that we have to close on that day.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So we can close anytime.
All right.
Cool. So should I expect your signature right now so that way I can sign it?
Yeah.
All right. Let me know once you sign it, because on the bottom it should have a yellow tab that says sign. If you click on it, that will. Once you sign it, then I can sign, and then once I sign, you get a copy of the fully executed document.
Okay. All right, I'll sign it.
All right. Let me know when you do so I can sign mine since we're on the phone already.
Okay. All right, hold on.
Hey, you guys, I'm gonna put my. Oh, never mind.
You
Hey,
still there?
yes, I am.
Yeah, I just signed it.
All right, let me take a look. I'll go ahead and sign it, so in that way, you know we're good to go. 1 second, sir. Should take me 30 seconds. Well, did you sign it?
Yeah,
Did you hit finish?
yeah. Why am I gonna hit finish?
Yeah, because I don't see the signature there.
I just hit finish.
All right, let me exit out of there real fast. Then let me do it again. Maybe I just need to refresh it. Oh, I see it. Okay, cool. Signed, Roger. You should get a. You should see an email come through right now. It should say completed. So that's a copy of the fully executed document.
Yep.
And then just to let you know, like as far as next steps go, 2 people are going to reach out to you. Tom is my business partner. He, like I told you earlier, he's in charge of those walkthroughs. So he'll just do a quick introduction, just text you just to introduce himself. Please add him to your contact list, and that way when he calls you, you see his name. The other person is my transaction coordinator. Her name is Cassidy. So she's going to open title. If title needs something, if there's any hiccup on the title, she'll reach out to you. So she's the liaison between title and you. Okay. And then one other thing that I need from you, is there any way you can send over pictures of your property, preferably 2 angles, 2 angles per room?
Yeah, you're gonna have, when your person comes out, you're gonna have to do that.
All right, no worries. Are you gonna be home this weekend?
Yes,
Okay, all day, both days, or are you working?
yeah,
Okay,
yes.
I'll send someone out there this weekend, and then we can
Yeah,
go from
so
there. That's no problem.
I'm gonna probably try to get out of this house probably the end of this month.
All right, wonderful. We can make that happen. Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and get someone out there this weekend. If it's sooner, I'll let Tom reach out to you, and we can go from there.
Okay.
All right, brother. Thanks, Roger. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye bye.
Let's go.
Lock him up.
Yeah, I just wasn't gonna let that guy go.
Hey, if he was ready to start talking about all the other people that he's talking to, all the other buyers that are coming up to him, trying to secure that, and then you just turn it right around, just like you usually do. Well, I'm giving you what you want. We already have that document. If you didn't get it, I'll resend it. And you had him sign it right there. Perfect, man.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
Yeah, great job. This is
Thank
why
you.
I come here, because you guys always figure out a way to overcome the objections. And I want to learn from that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Angel. Wait, who did I get the text message from? Edgar, have you wholesaled any homes with squatters? Got a lead, but owner said the police just let the tenant squat. Yeah, it's usually a little bit tougher to dispo, but it can be done. It's got to get a deep discount, because that's a problem that we're taking off of the seller's hands. So if the price is right, someone will buy it.
Well, it depends too on where it's at, because eviction laws are different in different states.
That's very true too.
Some are faster than others.
Hey, how's it going, Alfred? Yeah, I was calling about your property. Let me pull it up real quick. You're still looking to sell, right?
Correct.
All right, cool. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me make sure it's the one in Highland Park, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. How much are you looking to get for the property?
Oh, I think right now it looks like it'll list for somewhere between 850 and 900.
Okay. How come, tell me a little bit what you got going on.
I don't have it again. Your person called me, so I would not mind selling the house. It would make my wife's happy, allow her to find something else.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's where I'm at right now.
I got you. Are you guys?
Brendan, can I give you a call right back?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let me call you right back.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. So we're looking at 850. That's retail, but let's run some shit before he calls back. What are you saying, Hector? Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. I was just telling Caesar about that Edgar question because as far as the eviction laws, when you have a squatter in there, if you're gonna buy it, different laws in different states. Some are much faster than others. Some take a long time. But
Yeah, I should have asked. Is it in California?
yeah.
Yeah, they got more protections for the homeless and the illegals than they do for actual U.S. citizens, man.
Yep.
You need an ID to go to Costco, but not to vote.
Yeah, that's it. The insanity of the state.
The inmates are running the prison. That's how it is.
That's right. I heard a bunch of people talking about Newsom's gonna try to go for president in 2028. They're prepping him.
Let's make America California.
Yeah, that's what he thinks is happening. Everyone wants to be like California.
For landlords, evictions, it's just like, even if I had money, I would not buy in California. Like, no, I'm so down the rabbit hole of like, not conspiracy theories, just like so down the rabbit hole where like I don't want to own anything that the government could take, and especially in California, it's just you have no rights, no protection.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you have a few properties, and let's just say you have a quadplex, right? And two of those people don't pay rent, you're fucked. And let's just say you evict them, you're fucked because it's going to take forever. It's going to cost a lot of money. And by the chance that you actually evict them, you probably have to repair the property because they probably damaged it. It hasn't been rented out for so long, right? So it's like all the money that you would have made have been just kind of burned away. All that cash flow is just gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just calling Abe.
Abe Lincoln?
Abe, my man, how are you, brother?
Oh, pretty good.
Dude, some of the Titanium family folks here are like, where the heck is Abe? He never hops on our calls.
I gotta get on there, bro.
They didn't say that. I just said it. But
I'll second it.
Yeah. Angel said I'll second it. I just got Roger to sign, so we're good to go.
Shit, bro.
I'll send
You're the fucking man, dude. 130?
130, yeah.
Damn, dude. Good job, man. What's the damage?
I think we can get like a $20,000-$30,000 ripper based on your ARV, if that's correct. I'm just going based on your ARV. Okay, hey, I gotta take this call, but I just want to give you the good news.
Cool.
Bye.
Awesome, bro.
Tom.
Hey, I just got off the phone with David. I'm ready for Leo.
All right, can you give him a call?
Yeah.
If you guys have a call with a seller, let me know. It's just this all Dispo side, so I kind of want other people to see what happens on the back
I'm
end.
just doing admin. I might get a call from that guy back, but I'm just doing some admin stuff right now. So.
Okay, cool. Hector, I'm about to have the same conversation with Leo that I did with you.
Oh yeah.
Price drop.
Dropping them. dropping them. So sorry.
You gotta drop them.
I need this.
Leo.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right, bro. Doing all right. So apparently the agreement that you have is $40,000 plus buyer has to pay the taxes, which is $6,700.
Well, apparently that's what Tom says. Yeah, I guess that's not what I discussed with her. She slipped it in like a drug into my drink. You know, she freaking roofied you, bro.
Wait, she included that in the agreement?
I mean, I guess I haven't seen it. Let me take a look at it right now.
It's your agreement. You're on live, by the way, just FYI. I can put you on mute if you want.
You can keep me live.
All right.
Hello, this is Brennan.
Hey, Brent. Outside. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, let me pull up the address real quick. So you said you're looking to get 850.
Well, I said again, getting 850 and listing. I say I was looking to list for 850, 900.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that there'll be realtor fees and this and that, closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if your process streamlines any of that.
No, yeah. So typically, working with a cash investor like myself, you're able to sell a property as is. You don't have to deal with real estate commissions. There's no realtors involved. Typically a buyer like me would pay the closing costs. So you're able to net a lot more out of the deal if you sell off market to an investor like me. It's just figuring out that speed and efficiency is worth the price. If you went with me, you wouldn't have all those extra costs. So.
Right. So that's what I'm interested.
Mm-hmm. What would you be looking to net if you didn't have to go on market?
Yeah, you have something in writing that says this is, whatever the offer is, X.
Mm-hmm.
These would be the expenses attached to it.
Uh-huh.
From your end, from my end, and we would go to closing. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Interested in entertaining.
Yeah. So typically, all that's written in. First we have to agree on a price, and if the price looks good, I will then send you over an agreement, and that agreement will show that we're buying as is. And let's just say you want $1 million, and we agreed on $1 million. You would net that $1 million minus any taxes, like prorated taxes. So, if we agree on a price, you will net that. So, if you didn't go on market and you could go with an investor, what would your price change? Because, $850 on market looks a little bit different than if you would go with an investor, you know what I mean?
Well, $850, $900 on market would be, in that case, less the realtor fees and less whatever other fees, which are what, typically 2%. I mean, I would stack, if I had my head right now while I'm driving, not always the best thing.
I would say 10%.
I figured that realtor fees were going to cost me $6.
Yep.
So on 900, that's 50, and a few other fees. So I figured I was going to be out 50, 60,000 to get 900, which probably down to a net of 840.
Okay. Yeah, and
that's what.
Yeah, so it just depends. So for me, my job right now is to figure out, is your price, better on market to get that profit, or like me as an investor, if I could, work around a price that would make sense for you as far as efficiency. But on the property, I'm just going to go over some details. And you said you're looking to sell because, are you guys looking at, your wife wants you guys to sell? Is it to downsize, to upsize, or just change of scenery?
Yes. My wife wants to downsize.
Okay.
And in the end, if we happen to relocate down to Florida, that wouldn't suck either.
Okay.
So
right, a little bit warmer.
I'm at that point where I've got flexibility.
I got you. Are you guys in a rush to sell? Because I feel like if you're in a rush to sell, I could definitely be a solution. But you know, let's just get into the numbers. I'm looking at your property now. Is it a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,800 square feet? Is that accurate?
It's actually, so it's, first floor has a master kitchen, living room, whole bit on the first floor. Upstairs is 2 bedrooms and a bath. So they're back up. On the main floor is the master with its own bath and a bath. Upstairs are 2 bedrooms and a bathroom and a large storage room, I'll call it. My wife's turned that into her art studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10 feet wide, 20 feet long kind of thing.
I gotcha.
And then the basement's finished.
Okay.
And the basement has another full bath. There's where the utilities are.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's finished, you can count that because there's a exit windows and ladder going on.
And it's all permitted.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's permitted.
Okay.
So it's basically 2,800 on the first and second floors, and another 1,400 down below. So it's close to 4,200 square feet.
Like livable, permitted. Okay. So
Livable space, and right now the basement we've got, and it was set up as an extra bed. We built a closet into it underneath the stairs, so because it has a full bath down there.
So if a realtor was to list this, what would they say? Would they say it was like 4,300 square feet and how many beds and baths? Like on a listing, what would it show, you think?
Well, the tax records say 4,200 square feet.
Okay, that's good. So 42. Then you said how many bedrooms? Like 4 total?
There's 3 formal bedrooms,
Okay.
not counting the basement, and there's 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
1 on each level plus the half bath.
Okay, that makes sense. So, I need to, because on Zillow it had way different numbers. So I'm looking for comps in that area to see, if your price is, more of an on-market price or something that I could work with as an investor. But you said 4,000 square feet. So, right now I'm just looking at areas in that houses in that area. So let's see, sold, max 5,000 square feet, minimum 3. Let's see, because I'm thinking when I was running some numbers right after we talked the first time, I didn't really see prices over 7 or anything on market right now. So I'm just trying to figure out how you came up to that price. So, because right now, everything on the market, in that area, if I organize it from highest to lowest, there's a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,700 square foot going for $549. And I know your property is a lot more. I'm just kind of showing you what's on the market now. I can zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
So
this house is one of the, I'll say not the newest, but one of the newer builds on Chicago Avenue. It's an older street that people have been doing things on. Mine was a knockdown to the basement, complete build up.
Mm-hmm.
Down the street were 2 houses that they knocked down and built 2 duplexes. So they built a duplex on a lot. So those went to $500 a couple years ago for pricing. They were duplexes. Depends on which street you're on and how far over and up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because what I'm seeing now is, well, I see your property on Realtor, which is good. I see a bunch of photos. Not sure if those are relevant to today's condition. Did you do any? Did you flip any of it? Like, do you have any new upgrades or anything in that, or is it pretty original from the photos I see on Realtor? Probably.
Pretty much, it's the original because it was a redo when they built the house. So I mean, I've got hardwood floors and a ceramic flooring in the basement. I've got, air conditioners new, the roof is new. It was 13 years old and the hail got it, so I might as well change the roof out. So it's a brand new roof.
Yeah, because
13
what
years.
you said, brand new roof.
Correct.
All right, that's good.
Got put on it then.
So brand new roof. And you said nothing like in the house. Is there anything that needs to be fixed, or is it everything in pretty good repair?
Everything's in pretty good repair.
Okay.
I mean, the hot water heater got replaced in 10 years. It got replaced, I want to think, earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, a few years ago, we changed out the blower motor, but that's pretty much it. So, everything works. And, it has a stainless steel kitchen, and it still works very well. It's gas cooking, gas stove.
Would you come to the conclusion of like, if I did buy this property as an investor, the only thing I really would have to do is maybe, kitchens and bathrooms just to like get them more modernized as far as like a cosmetic, or would I have to do more, you think?
There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really cosmetic. When they did the house 13 years ago, it was all new 13 years ago.
Okay.
So I don't have any dated bathrooms. None of the bathrooms are dated.
Okay. That makes sense. Because, what I'm looking at right now is, you're kind of next to that Green Bay Road and is it Prairie Avenue? So when I'm looking at the map east of Green Bay Road, I do see some very high comps, like 1.85, 2.6, but I think those are new build. But when I go across the street, like Prairie Avenue and all that stuff where your property is, I'm seeing a lot of 5s and 4s, which is not good for either one of us. So I'm just trying to justify your price because, if I look on Zillow, if I look on Realtor, if I look on all those websites, I don't like to use them, but sometimes they give you a good ballpark and they're giving me around, 850, Zillow's got you at 850. So for me as an investor, I would just, just a bird's eye view right now, I think, going on market with a real estate agent, you might accomplish that 850, price, like you said. And as an investor, I need to make money. So, I need to buy the property, put some money into it, either flip it or keep it as a rental. So, just, off first sight, I would need to be a lot lower than, that 850, probably even close to like 7 something to just, run quick numbers off the top of my head right now.
Again, that's the reason why I need, what you just want to say the offer of XXX.
Yeah.
This is how much the closing cost would be, because that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
In figuring out what I'm listed for.
That makes
so if I listed it, I'd do the same thing in reverse.
Okay.
And that's kind of sort of where I'm at right now. So yeah, I see the Zillows and all that stuff. And in the end, I'd have to get my realtor. My realtor's going to run comps, and she's going to come back and say, this is the number. So if we can cut out middlemen and save money in the process, that's fine with me, because as long as I end up getting back to the same kind of number.
No, yeah. And, just to be honest with you, a lot of people that go with a, investor like me are people that need to sell. They're either late on their payments or, they're getting stationed somewhere else, or there's some sort of pain, right? So, if you guys as a family aren't really in a rush, I would definitely go on market, but I could kind of give you where an investor like me would have to be, so you could kind of see where you need to go.
So then do that.
Yeah.
Brandon, at this point, start with a number.
Yeah.
Because we can always negotiate. Start with the number, and with that number, tell me what my debt's going to be, my bottom line out.
Yeah, totally.
And so we can say, okay, that's good, or hey, I need you up this amount.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to having this conversation. Please understand. My negotiation style is, we'll call it open kimono. I'll show you everything. So I don't give it.
Right.
It has to work for both of us.
No, yeah, and a lot of people, it has to make sense on the numbers for me. It has to make sense on the numbers for you. So, You know, a lot of people will,
Right.
you know, give you a price that sounds warm and fuzzy, but, you know, once they get you under contract, they walk the property, all this other crap, and they're like, oh, well, we need to be lower, right? So I like to give a upfront number because I don't like to waste my time. I don't like to waste sellers' time. So, you know, I'd rather be transparent with my number. And if that sounds like a number that works for you, let's move forward. If it's too low and your motivation is not there, then I would just go on market. But let's just say your property is probably worth on market, all fixed up, not saying it needs to be fixed up, but you know, 2024 standards, I will then put in that 850 price. So that's my goal, is to get to an 850 price, then kind of work backwards. So I got closing costs at about 7%. That's about 59K. Repairs, you said it doesn't need much repairs, but based on the square footage, at 4,000. A light cosmetic would cost $25 a square foot, 100K. So I don't think it needs close to that. So I'll probably do 30K because he said it's ready to go. So 30K is a good rehab for my budget. You know, if I see some photos and I see different, then that will definitely go higher. But, you know, just running base numbers, 850 is our ARV after repair value. 7% is our closing costs at, you know, I will have to pay for either now or when we go flip it, if I flip it or turn it into a rental, depending. Holding costs, I got about 42 grand. That's about 5%. That could be a little bit lower depending on the rehab. But, you know, for a cash price to you, let me see. Let me move some things around. You're looking at 850. I would probably have to be at, let's see. Shit. Okay, no. Let's see. Give me a second. So just running some quick numbers, I would have to be around, I'm just double checking again, around 670 for a cash as is offer for it to make sense, you know, for an investor's point of view.
So if it was 670, we're too low.
Yeah, and that's
So,
just the numbers.
And that's exactly why I want to understand how you break out, because you know, if you want to go throw paint on the walls to make people happy,
yeah, I don't.
That's fine. If you want to change out the vent on the stove or whatever, okay, that's $500. You know, it's not. You're not looking at $30,000 to rehab the house, because my wife and I have been taking care of things through the years. The outside's been painted. You know, the whole place is reasonably landscaped and everything else. So, you know, if I'm going to pay, like I said, if my realtor fees, closing costs are going to be 6%, and I don't know how the new law passed with everything else, but okay, let's just use 6% on 850. That's 51. Okay. And, you know, yeah, I've got tax liabilities and whatnot, but that's on my end. And then there's a couple, 2% for closing costs, whatever that is. But I don't think we're in the $180,000 worth of stuff to get out, make it so that you can flip it.
Yeah, so that's kind of like my numbers on a flip. I'm actually looking at the rents over there. If you were to just rent it, let's just say you didn't sell it and you just kept it and you wanted to say, hey, honey, let's just rent it out. What do you think it would rent out for? Because that might change some things on like the cash flow end.
Right. Honestly, I've never looked at it. I know that a extremely small house across the street, down 3 doors, is very small, subdivided into 2 apartments, and they're getting $3,000 for, I want to say less than 2,000 square feet. So it's not. I don't know if I would tell you 4,000 is the number or 6,000 is the number, because I've not honestly looked.
What is
at this point? Go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, because a lot of times if I run it as a flip, to be honest, I need to be deep, right, as a flip. But if that neighborhood has good cash flow, that means I'm not going to put a lot of money into the property to get it rental ready. So, you know, if I was going to do a flip, let's just say I dump 50K into it, right? Then that would mean I would need to get you lower. But if the rents are good in that area, I could run it as a rental, meaning I'm not putting a lot of money, you know, into the property. I'm just getting into it, fixing little things here and there, maybe new paint, just get it ready to rent. So my entry to that property is a lot lower, so I could come up in like a cash price. I would just have to run the numbers on the rents to see, hey, you know, a flip doesn't work because I have to be deep, like we talked about earlier. But if like, since this is in Chicago, or not, yeah, it's in Chicago, rents are good over there. You know, if this was a Florida property or a California property, it would not cash flow, but I need to run the numbers on a cash flow basis. What is a number that you're like, I can't go any lower than this, and I could kind of reverse engineer it to see where I can be to come up to that price, if that makes sense?
So do this. Do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a text back, and we can have some more conversation.
Okay.
I'll talk to my wife and see where her head is today.
Yeah.
Understand, I bought and sold close to either 10 or 11 houses.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done it for my daughter. I've done it for our friend. Mm-hmm. So buying and selling houses is nothing new or
it's easy, right?
For me.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the numbers.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at. So you work on your end, and I'll have to go home and run up my numbers, and just I'm talking while I'm driving, and we can go from there.
Yeah, totally. And just a few things real quick. So, you know, a lot of times a cash number won't work, which is fine. You know, I always tell people, if the cash doesn't work, definitely go on market with a real estate agent. You'll net more, you know, 100%. But, you know, if cash doesn't work, you know, do you guys still have a mortgage on this property?
Yep.
Another solution, you know, if cash doesn't work, we could talk about this in the future, would be if you did have a good mortgage and going on market was not a solution, or you wanted to get out of it fast, I could still buy your property fast, like a cash offer, but it would just be taking over your mortgage. But I always recommend to sellers that is like the last solution. You kind of want to, you know, see if the cash is good. If the cash doesn't work, you go on market. If you go on market and it doesn't work, you know, taking over someone's mortgage, which is a tool in my tool belt, that is more like a Hail Mary for a seller. So, you know, if the need is there, another solution is to take over your mortgage if it's a good, attractive, low rate mortgage as a solution, you know?
I've got like a 3% mortgage.
Okay. Yeah, that, you know, if you guys are in a rush, you know, if cash doesn't work, another solution would just be take over that mortgage. But like I said earlier, you definitely want to go on market before you go to that resort. You know, it's kind of like a rock and a hard place. Usually that's a last resort for a seller. I just like to tell people like their options, and, you know, depending on your timeline, when you need to move, how motivated you are, I could see if I could be that solution for you.
Okay.
So,
well, like I said, Brandon, go do your homework, and I'll go run my numbers up.
Yeah.
And see what it works out to going backwards, and then we can see if there is a potential here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan, Alfred. Yeah. Just talk to your wife, and we'll chat tomorrow. I'll run some numbers and see like, hey, where we need to be. And if I'm a solution, cool. If not, you know, just go on market and, you know, hopefully you get a good price, you know?
That sounds good.
But yeah, we'll stay in touch soon. I'll run some numbers today and tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks, Alfred. Have a good day. Drive safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
That's a great mortgage.
Yeah.
Great.
3%.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of pitched sub 2 now as like, it's a last resort. Like, cause there should be so much pain that they beg you for their house. So
that's exactly what I noticed when you were doing that. You basically told him, this is like your last resort. So it's not like you're asking for it. You're actually letting him know you have this option, but that's it. So he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know what? I got 3%. It's really good. You know, he's trying to sell it to you.
Yeah, and I feel like he's the type of seller. He sounds smart, and I feel like if someone's straight up with him, he'll be straight up with you, and he's gonna know there's people out there full of shit. And it happens all the time that people come back to me, whether they sell to me or they not. They come back to me as like a professional, right? So, you know, just giving someone solutions is good. He didn't sound motivated. It sounds like the wife just wants to sell. You know, he's just shopping around, like doing his due diligence. But I think he understands the reason why we have to be low, which is he's realistic, which is good. It's just his price is too high. But I'm not really sure if it is too high because I don't see like
I don't see anything that, yeah, but there's nothing that's close to that in that particular area that I could see. I mean, there's one,
yeah,
that sold like in July that I found for like 837,
and
it's a really nice house.
But then I see like Realtor and Redfin saying like 950. I was like, where are they pulling that data? And I do see some comps a little bit further for like 2 million and 1 million, but you don't want to go that far. But everything around them is small. So he's got a 4,000 square foot property, and everything around him is like 1,200. So it's like, how do you comp when there's not a comp?
Well, you
did a good job on the breakdown, so you're fine.
What's that?
You did a good job on the breakdown, breaking it down for him step by step, what his options are. You told him about the agent process and everything. So you did a good job. He knows, he understands.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Hector?
Oh, I'm just saying, like when you have those variables, you just make those adjustments and deduct from that ARV. And it's like, okay, I need to deduct that from the square footage, the size, the rooms, bath count, and then come to
Would
that
you ever
normal.
just do the math like if the 1,500 square foot property sold for this per square foot, would you just apply that to the bigger property, but of course take some down for cost per unit being a little bit lower? You know,
because it will still be super high unless the price per square foot was relatively close to each comparable property. Like I usually never go above 200 square feet, right? I keep everything below 200, even like 150 in comparison, just to keep my numbers as accurate as possible. And then that just makes some adjustments. Like his house is 3.2, was it right?
I think so. Yeah. I was like, okay, if you listed it, what would it be? Because he told me a bunch of shit.
Yeah, and then it's like, I mean, over here on props for me, it shows us like 4 and 3.5. So it's huge. It's like four bedroom, 3.5 bath. I mean, it's huge. So that in itself, in comparison, he has one extra bedroom, so you need to give him at least like another $10,000, right, for that extra bedroom in comparison to the other three or 3.5, whatever you find. It's like adjust for his whatever plus he has or minus whatever he doesn't. But yeah, I don't like you said, there's not a whole lot that's has sold in that particular area in his. But on the other side of the street, on that was it Green Bay, whatever that road was,
right?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Yes. So around his house is like 360, 369, fives across the street. Then you got 1 million, 3 million, like, and they're so close.
Yeah. And then I always deduct for like, if it backs or fronts or size like something commercial, like his property size a golf course.
Is that? I would say that's a good thing, but is it though?
It could be good or bad. I mean, because you got balls that come breaking windows, stuff like
balls to the face.
Yeah,
that's why you get insurance, man.
That's right. But so that's for me. Like, and I've always looked at it like, well, it's a plus, but it's also a negative, right? So it depends on if you want to wash it out or you actually want to deduct, because not many people would want to live next to a golf course and potentially getting broken windows from balls coming flying.
I like privacy. I wouldn't like to be anywhere near a golf course.
Yeah, so
I'll be bothered.
That's what I mean. It's like a buyer like yourself, like, no, I'm not interested in that. Well, but if you take off $15,000, then maybe we can talk, And then you got to deduct for that negative. So, but
darn it!
What happened?
What's up, buddy?
We just got an assignment, a $15,000 assignment fee.
That's a bad thing.
Hector locked it up for 40. We got it assigned for 55. Only problem is on the agreement, the buyer apparently squeezed it in, and Hector didn't see it, which is fine. She said buyer pays back taxes of $6,700.
Oh no.
What? How'd you write it in there?
I guess you can do it on dogs. I don't know, whatever. But it just cuts into instead of a $15,000 assignment, now it's $7,000. You know.
Tell her you'll split it. Call her back and tell her you'll split it.
Oh, did I? That's why when Brandon was talking, I was on mute.
Okay.
That's who I was talking to.
Okay.
And she's like, "I'm sorry, there's just no way I can go below."
Wow.
The thing is, we literally just blasted it Monday, and we got it assigned today. So it's like, are we really gonna walk away from $4,000 of assignment fee between each other? Like 8,000. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's way better than zero.
Yeah, and it'd be a good way to start the month. So learning lesson: read the damn agreement before you sign it. That's why I don't sign it first.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me before too, by the way. I just caught it.
Yeah, I used to do that too. Like I was signing first, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? Second dot, I need to terminate. Sorry, this is not gonna work for me."
Yeah.
So now, always sign it second now.
Yep. Sign second. So that's the only reason why I wanted to share that with anyone just watching, just in case. You know what I mean? Like, just watch, read your agreement, and always be the second person to sign, not the first. That's never clear. Let me just call Palm real fast.
Hello.
Hey Tom, when can your guy close for Harker Heights?
As soon as title's clear, but they want it delivered vacant, so her daughter needs to get all her shit out too.
Delivered vacant or delivered clean?
Vacant. The daughter's got her dogs and like 30 cats, and there's some stuff that they want to take.
Yeah, but all the other stuff can be left behind, right? Because I don't want to lower the 15 again. I'm just saying, tell the buyer they're gonna leave, but the other stuff is there. They're gonna take whatever they take with them, and the other stuff they'll leave behind.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, and then whatever you can do on that end, we're dead on the 40. So if you can get it, great. If not, let's just get it done. We can get a pretty good momentum with it. It sucks,
Okay.
but
She wouldn't come down at all,
she wouldn't come down at all.
even though she fucking snaked that shit in there.
Yeah,
Fucking bullshit, dude. All right.
I know. Just make it happen.
All right.
Think about it.
Ooh. Finally got a lead coming in.
You got a new lead, Hector?
Yep.
What'd you get? Or where and what?
It's like Virginia.
Virginia.
VA.
Nah.
Cosmetic bathrooms. Okay. See what my man Eric is all about. Holy that thing's massive.
Then also for anyone who's watching, I would love to JV with anyone as long as it makes sense. And you have to do the price drop yourself.
Facts. I can attest to it.
That's your responsibility. I'll help, but it's your responsibility. Well, the reason being is because you have the rapport with the seller, right? And so for me to come in and try to price drop is not as strong as price drop. So if you can't do the price drop, then I'm gonna have you assign it to me at a price point first, so that you can do the price drop before we get into a JV agreement.
They want you to do the heavy lifting, buddy. They see you online.
Is that?
Yeah, it's just part of the game. Whatever. It's cool. All right, dude. I sent out 2 contracts today. 1 signed.
Oh yeah.
Good job, man. Good job.
Oh,
Keep those
shit.
pennies going.
Do we have anyone from Maryland? Do you guys know?
Never heard of anybody being there.
I don't even know where it is.
So we need to get. I find boots on the ground. Who are my boots on the ground?
You got boots with a fur?
Let me see. Who are these suckers? I forgot.
Why don't you blast it on both of the titanium Facebook groups?
Yeah.
What is that?
8 weeks till the end of the year.
Wow.
What are your goals?
Kick ass. I need to close a lot of deals before December, man.
Yeah.
As we all know, winter is pretty slow for real estate. So.
Well, you're rounding them up pretty good, man. You're in that vortex right now.
They are.
You got very little to complain about. You're doing good.
Still gotta go to the finish line, though. You know.
I think you're gonna hit it. I think you're gonna hit a stride, get some wind, and close it out really, really strongly. I can see how the leads are coming in and they're starting to pile on. So I don't really see a problem with you, getting that 100, 120 by the end of the year.
What is this? All right. Gotta hit the bathroom.
To go off at Jess's question, I think real estate's going to start cranking up pretty soon with Trump in there, and maybe the rates will drop. So I think come January, I think the market will be a lot more. There'll be more stuff moving, I think.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try.
But I could be wrong.
Well, the economy will pick up. Jobs will increase. Prices on almost everything will come down, especially for fracking again.
Yeah,
so,
I think real estate. What do you think real estate though? Like I think there'll just be more action now because people are not uncertain of the economy. That's why they were on the fence. But now with certainty, because the markets hate uncertainty. So with Trump in there or Kamala in there, like the market knows now. So I feel like things are going to get back to normal. Rates are going to drop.
And a lot of people are going to be optimistic. They can sell, they can buy.
Yep.
It's absolutely going to start hurling the market back into shape. I don't see a problem with any of that.
People hate moving in the winter. No, I
don't
agree.
know. If I was in a winter state, I'd love to move like as soon as possible.
That's true.
Get out of the weather.
Yeah. But yeah, things could be said of like real estate being in the winter or the summertime where kids are out of school and you're able to move and it's quicker compared to like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I could see different timing of the year could be different for real estate, but I feel like the trajectory right now is going to be up and there's going to be, like Angel said, just more shit going on.
Yeah, different outlook. We're going to have optimism. We're going to have people trying to start businesses, open up, restaurants and and stores, and you know that there's going to be a lot of people taking advantage of the fact that Trump's going to have the economy rolling. It's going to be a lot of optimism.
See.
That's something bad.
No mortgage.
Edgar says, I agree with Angel, especially right now. As soon as Trump is in office, I think it'll slow down and people will blame Trump, then it will pick up again, at least the stock market. Well, we already know the Fed's going to cut rates in November, which is now. So, you know, once rates drop, more risk on assets perform. Bitcoin, stocks, real estate. So, you know, with this Trump's in there, after every election, the economy always goes up, no matter who's in office. Like, it's always after election, there's more optimism, and like just like Angel said, and the market will just go up. And what will kind of fuel that is, you know, the Fed dropping the rates in November. So I think it'll start rocking and rolling. Stock market will just keep climbing. Bitcoin's at an all-time high. So I think risk on assets are just going to start cranking right now in the next 6 to 9 months.
Yeah. By the time we get into springtime, you better make sure you got all your ducks in a row if you're wholesaling or if you're doing anything real estate related, because you've got to prepare for the floodgates to open. It's going to be a free-for-all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have a ton of buyers. So get all your ducks in a row. Make sure you do your homework right now. Put in the reps, because next year it's gonna have tons and tons of buyers. Everyone's gonna be picking up properties.
Jermaine, praying things change because I'm drained dealing with bad credit and high interest. Is that you personally you're dealing with having bad credit and high interest? That sucks, man.
Well, if he's dealing with bad credit, it's probably because he didn't have enough money from wages to be able to get enough, you know, to survive on. So a lot of the times, and I've done it before, we were living off of credit cards. And, you know, you pay the minimum payment and you got to use it really quick just because you have nothing left. And so you top them off. But if there's anything that I can tell you, Jermaine, right now, what you need to do is get a little side hustle and start trying to figure out a way to pay down the credit cards. Add a little bit extra to every payment so that it goes to the principal, and you start bringing down those credit cards. If you can find a side hustle, whether it's mowing lawns, doing some Uber Eats or whatever it is for an hour or two every day, that 30 to 50 bucks that you'll be making, instead of using it to, you know, to go out to the movies or whatever, send it in for that credit card payment. And what that'll do is it'll reduce all your balances, giving you a little bit of better credit, which in turn, what you can do is you can try to see if you can find a bank or a credit union that will give you a 0 interest on transfers from all of your high interest credit cards and put them on a 0 interest credit card that you can just go ahead and get all of those things joined into one thing. That'll help you.
Yeah, and like Dave Ramsey always says,
You quit?
if you're in debt, Dave Ramsey's a great resource. But for once you get out of debt, as far as personal financing, he's far from a resource. But Dave Ramsey always says, if you're in debt, don't even look at the interest rates. Don't look at the amount. You just want to take a credit card. It doesn't matter if it's 12% interest or 2% interest. Take the smallest one and pay that off. Because once you pay off that little one, it'll give you motivation and wind behind your back to get the next one and the next one. So I used to say, oh, let's pay off the high interest credit card first, but he says he recommends just paying off the credit card with the lowest balance, so you just get a win. You get a little win, you get that credit card paid off, then you just go full ham on all the other ones. Edgar, love credit cards, but yes, pay them off. I've never paid interest on them. Yep, I have so many credit cards, and I recommend, if you are good with your money, use credit as much as you can to finance your debt. I like to get 0 interest credit cards for 18 months. I get those every 6 months. So I have so many freaking credit cards, but always remember to pay those off, because if you don't pay those off, those 0% interest, and if you don't pay it off at the time of that promotion, you'll have to pay interest on everything back. So you'll get fucked. So make sure you pay that off, because if you don't, it's just waste. It's a waste of money. So use credit cards to finance your business. I always feel like that's better. People call me, hey, Brandon, you want capital? I'm like, why would I want capital if I could just get free credit at 0% interest? Like, I don't need you. But yeah, definitely pay those credit cards off so you could use them to fuel your business. Because then you don't have to qualify. You just have credit limits, it's easy. Okay. Just doing some responses to people. So I got all these automated texting going out sometimes. I said, did you end up selling the property? And someone responded, no, I didn't. Haven't found a good buyer yet, but this person wants above ARV. So you get that a lot, right, Angel?
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Everyone's looking at this estimate. They think they can get that no matter what their house looks like.
Yeah. So this is Tyler's lead, wants above ARV. I wonder if I should call this person.
You got a minute?
Yeah.
I'm just creating my Dispo sheet for Sarasota. So we marketed at 1.3 instead of 1.29990.
And we can change it. But
also on the investor lift, any reason why we didn't put like the profit on there, or is that something we don't do anymore, or just in case you notice some things that I didn't know about? That's what I'm asking.
Well, number one, because investor lift was down last night, we couldn't get into it. I didn't get to create the post this morning, so I just wanted to get it out, sufficient enough.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's
so no apparent reason. Okay.
Well, the other thing is
Oh yeah, I'll call this person real quick.
Sorry, guys. I didn't even realize I muted myself there.
All right, good.
I was moving multiple screens.
Just called. Yeah, your 290K price will be hard for an investor, especially if everything over there is selling for 250. How soon?
For some of the folks that are watching here, would it be helpful if I show you guys my drip campaign for buyers and how I create my Dispo sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Okay.
Entertainment purposes only.
What was that?
For entertainment purposes only.
For entertainment purposes only. All right, let me set this
Disclaimer.
up. Disclaimer. Well, this stuff works, man. Hey, Brandon, you said that we can't show addresses on YouTube, right?
I would advise against it.
Yeah, they'll cut it out.
Even showing a contract that says 123 Main Street as a fake address, like I think people get flagged, which is so fucking dumb.
Phone numbers, full names, all that stuff, I'd stay away from it.
Okay.
Anything on screen. Unless it's your own, I guess. Then you don't care. I'll be clocking out in an hour. I gotta take my kid somewhere.
Cool.
4:30.
God, all these homeless people have dogs and they treat them like shit.
It's a ploy. You know what it is. Give me some money so I can feed my dog, but the money's not for dog food.
Right. I don't feel bad at all for these homeless people at all. I do not feel bad. Like if they're veterans, yeah, for sure. Even if they're on drugs, like
I know. There's a reason why.
Yeah. But for these fucking homeless people, I only feel bad for their dog.
Just getting high because they need to get high. That's wrong.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for people that don't want to help themselves. You can definitely be compassionate, but you can't be oblivious.
I won't give $1, not a penny, to anyone begging on the street. I can't.
No, yeah, because honestly, it's like if you give them anything, you're enabling them, then it takes away from kids, couples, elderly, allowing them access to walk around in the city. Like, if you keep enabling these homeless people, like, I don't see kids running around. Like, fuck these homeless people. Like, I want kids running around the streets and, you know, grandmas and grandpas walking, holding hands. Like, you don't see that in the city. It's fucking sad.
I give a lot of money to charities, to missionaries.
Mhm.
A lot of people in Israel, I give money to people in Israel. So, you know, I do my part, but I will not give any money to the homeless.
No.
I don't want you washing my windows. I don't want you, you know, sitting outside of the freeway. I'm not dropping
That's
a
sad.
dime.
There's no homeless in Mexico. When we went to Puerto Vallarta, Puerto Escondido, there's no fucking homeless. It's sad. Like, I digress. But like Europe, right? You go to, oh my God, you go to Europe, you go to Rome, you go to Portugal. Oh my God, it's so
They're allowed
nice.
to wind you up.
And like, it's so beautiful. Yeah, there's some homeless. They don't mess with you. You got police with fucking Tommy guns walking around. It's pretty dope.
Oh,
But
nice.
they don't take over the city. And here it's like, we live in America. Why the like, it's a third world country right outside.
It's bad. It's all politically created. It's all blue states. You can see that.
Dude, you go to Dallas, you go to Tampa, you can literally you can eat on the sidewalk. It's so clean.
Yeah.
Like, you go to Rome, or no, this was in Paris, right? So in Paris, you got the Eiffel Tower, and along like they have canals or rivers, like the Notre Dame and all that shit. So they have these. My computer froze. They have these rivers, and like people sit alongside of them on the street with little picnics, and they eat pizza and drink wine, like on the street. And you're like, I don't even want to walk the street. Like, I feel like I have to bleach my shoes every time I walk in my house.
Yeah. Hose them down at least.
I have to like wipe my dog's paws. It's funny. Doing work. Nice. Got a couple I got to comp. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so 30-day text. I'll pick up.
Happens a lot. People are just not picking up the phone. Everyone's afraid of robocalls.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
It's like us, right? Who wants to talk to these people?
Yeah, when they call me, I'm gonna say, I don't need money.
Yeah,
I don't need your capital or shit they're trying to sell me.
exactly.
I'm like the worst prospect. Is this Michael? I got the wrong person. Thank you.
Has anyone ever heard of the city Defiance, Ohio?
No.
Wonder if Tyler knows where that's at. Trying to see how close it is to a big city.
Your call has been forwarded to.
$300 miles away from Toledo, Ohio.
300 miles away.
Yeah. Does not look promising. I'm looking at the speed to lead sale leads right now, and a lot of the ones that they're putting on here are fully renovated and updated in the past 2 years.
Damn.
No one's touching those. Land, mobile home, Fayetteville, Georgia. Also fully renovated. I mean, these people are not getting any traction with their agents, I guess, and they just put it on here because they think maybe these guys will give me what I want. Oh, looks like it there.
Call this lady.
Jesus Christ.
You okay over there?
Yeah, it's just taking a while. That's all right. Once it's blasted, it's blasted.
Doesn't sound like you're having an aloha time.
Hey, yeah, man. Don't make calls when you're in aloha time. Wait until you get back to California. Just enjoy your time out there.
I'm gonna enjoy my time next week. A friend of mine's coming over, so
Oh, nice.
we'll have a blast.
Did you guys see the YouTube chat from Edgar?
No, what is it?
That's if you're going to take a look at the leads he's got. He would have to send them privately, though.
Edgar, what type of leads are they? Where did you get them from?
Type.
And Edgar, also another thing too, man. Like you can always hop on here too and just make some calls, and we go from there. Like when you say is it worth pursuing? Like what do you mean by that?
Like if you bought it, pursue it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I was getting at. Like we don't comp these properties before we call them, if that's what you're trying to get at.
Or are they leads that you've already talked to and you just don't know if it's worth like getting them under contract?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We just need a little bit more info. Okay. Is there motivation there, and is their price reasonable, or like have you talked to both of them? Was the motivation high, and also was their price fair? And kind of what bucket were they in? Were they high price, high motivation, or high price, no motivation? Or maybe low price, high motivation. Okay, let's see, opportunities. Okay, that's the buyer, Dispo, active deals. Did deal, Tom, Carl, Alfred, Sandra. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the dog out before it gets too dark. I can't be walking around at night down here. The freaking zombies everywhere.
Is it getting dark? Aren't you down in San Diego?
Yeah, I'll show you.
I mean, I'm staring at the same sun on the West Coast over here. It doesn't look like it's gonna get dark till 4:30.
Dude, it's 3:30 now. It'll be dark in an hour.
Oh, you're up there. I guess yeah. You gotta walk down and.
Do you see the homeless?
I just let my dog out in the yard. So.
Do you see the homeless down there?
I do. Yeah, I see you when you're posting it out there too.
I gotta tell my people.
Yeah, you're doing a bad job, San Diego PD.
I always tag them. I'm like, bro, like, you fucking kidding me? Like, make it legal to shoot these people.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good calls, guys. Oh wait, Edgar, let's see. Springfield, Ohio, low price, not many comps, dropped him down in price. Fast, but not sure if I could find a cash buyer in that area. Springfield.
Edgar, we have Tyler
Yeah.
He's like, he knows everybody in Ohio, man. Just lock it up and we'll help you. We'll hook you up with Tyler.
Let me see here. Springfield, Ohio.
Say,
It's kind of
Seattle, Washington too.
Washington, yeah.
Seattle.
Bring us some people that do wholesaling up in Seattle. I know RJ knows a couple.
So Seattle, Washington, he told me he has 2 offers, has squatters, and he's willing to sell. He has lots going on. Older guy, and told me he's going through a lot. So motivation, yes. Willingness to sell, I don't know. Yeah, just are these properties that you got at a good deal? You know, you got to take into consideration the rehab costs. If they're looking to get 200K and properties around them are 300K, that might sound like a deal, but depends on the rehab, right? So the rehab could kill the deal. So just make sure your rehab's good. Did you get photos and all that stuff? If you did, that's awesome. But yeah, as long as the numbers look good, you know, there'll always be buyers. There just might not be as many. But yeah, definitely jump on here tomorrow. Tyler might be on here. Like Angel said, he could definitely help in Ohio, Washington. We just got to run the numbers. So feel free to drop maybe someone's address or someone's phone number so you can send them the address, or come on here and we can discuss it.
Right.
But yeah, we'd love for you. We don't want you to drop the address because we want to keep it private. Maybe text one of us, Caesar, Angel, or Hector, or just come on here next time or today, and we can definitely help you. But I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you in the morning.
We'll see you, Brandon.
Oh, all right, Brandon. See you later.
See you guys.
Edgar, don't forget, you're not going to hit anything unless you take a swing. So take a swing, take a stab at it, and make some mistakes and get busy, man. Don't worry if you screw up. Lose the fear.
Hello, is Eric there? Hey, Eric, it's Hector. Hey, I was just giving you a call. Looks like you spoke with my partner Emily in regard to property you're looking to potentially sell over there on Beachmere Terrace. That's that the case?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let me pull up something real quick and then see if we can dive into it. See if we can be the buyer for you. Tell me what you're looking to get for it.
I really don't know.
So it's the biggest question, right?
Yeah, we looked it up on Zillow. Zillow said it was worth $667,000 or something like that. But you know,
Yep.
But I don't know. I would, you know, if y'all interested in buying, I would ask y'all to make an offer.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's find out what you got going on. What's got you looking to sell?
What's that?
I said, what's got you looking to sell? Like, why are you thinking about selling?
I don't know. We may move. We may move. We may leave Virginia. We're not sure yet. We're not pressed to sell it. You know. So you know it's not on the market.
Okay. So would the potential sale be contingent upon you actually making a decision to whether you want to sell it or not, or find somewhere else, or you guys just kind of trying to see what your options are?
Yeah, just trying to see what our options are.
Okay.
Trying to see if it's worth selling.
Gotcha. Okay. So I see. I mean, it's a beautiful house. Beautiful house. Looks like it's incredibly big. So those are pretty particular to certain type of buyers. But what's the current condition of the house? Tell me what's going on with it. Does it need repairs? Is it in good condition? And what's the state of it?
No, it doesn't need any repairs. The roof is good. We've had the roof inspected. 2 air conditioners, 2 furnaces. floors and a basement. Yeah, so we've got we've had homeowners insurance where we've had everything worked on in terms of maintenance, stuff like that. So nothing needs to be replaced.
Gotcha. All right. I show here that it was built in 2010. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. So since if you guys owned it or before, has there been any updates or any modernization to it, or is it pretty original since it's been built?
No, we got a sunroom built. We got a sunroom and a air conditioned heated sunroom built in 2016.
Okay. But as far as the rest of the house, like the kitchens, the bathrooms, the living areas, is that in pretty standard and built condition, or did you guys make any updates?
I mean, other than we practically painted the entire house, but nothing else.
Gotcha. So it'd be fair to say that everything's original from original built. You guys haven't updated anything. Okay. And I have two different sizes here. It says like 5,000 square feet, or hang on, this is another one. Or is it just above 5,100 square feet? Is that accurate? Does that sound right? Or is it less than that?
Yeah, it's about it's between 52 and 5,300 square feet.
Okay.
We got a finished basement, and I think the basement is 16 or 1,700 square feet.
So the basement's 16 to 1,700 square feet as well, additional?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you said it's completely finished, so it's like livable where you can.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I can see that you're next to a roadway. Is that roadway pretty close, or is it pretty far off where you don't hear that road?
Come on.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty close to the road. We're not on the road. There's a couple of houses that separate us from the road. So the road is like not in the backyard.
Right. No. Yeah. I'm just kind of curious. Do you hear? Yeah. Do you hear that road noise in your house, or no? You don't really notice it.
No, we don't.
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So not really sure what you're looking for. Are you gonna use the proceeds if you end up finding a buyer and to find somewhere else? And where would you relocate to if you end up selling the home?
Maybe Alabama, possibly.
Okay. And would that be something you guys need help with, or you guys and you would do it after the sale of the house, or would you do that beforehand?
Yeah, we'll probably do it after the sale.
After the sale, okay. So essentially, you would need the proceeds of the sale in order to make your move to the next location.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you guys need to find that prior to? And the reason I ask is just it helps with timeline. It helps for understanding how much time we would need to give, or you guys would need in terms of the move, and whether you would need just time to like a lease back, right? Because if you don't have a place to stay and you're relying on the proceeds of the sale of the house, then you would obviously need that money to put it down. So you know what I mean?
No, we got somewhere to stay.
Okay. Cool. So it wouldn't be an issue for you guys if you actually sold it. You would have somewhere to go.
With that?
I said it wouldn't be an issue if you guys sold it. You'd have somewhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously, so Brandon, our process is basically, or if sorry, Eric, I was looking at some other name here on this form I have. So our process is pretty simple, Eric. So obviously we're investors. We need to, we need to be able to acquire an asset that's going to help us out, make either we flip it or we, turn it into a rental or some other potential income producing asset, right, for us. I mean, the neighborhood is beautiful. It's got a lot of going on for it. Virginia, it's a nice place to live. So for us in those regards, it's important that we be able to, make it a win-win solution, right? We want to be able to give you what you're looking for to get you onto the next chapter of your life, but also be able to, for us to be able to have a good investment and make it make sense for us, right? And if we can come to an agreement, then we will. And then, if we can't, then it's no harm, no foul. Hopefully, I'll definitely recommend you what you probably should do. But like you mentioned, Zillow, and Zillow has a algorithm that does relatively well in terms of prices. So the Zestimate is essentially, and I don't know how much you know about Zillow, so I'm just trying to kind of going off what it gives you, just kind of give you a explanation. But the algorithm that Zillow has, it just takes all the properties surrounding it, does a quick comparative analysis and give you the best cost estimate for your property, and then comparison to other similar properties that have been like fully renovated and they've been like showroom ready to go and sold, right? So given that your property needs updating, it hasn't been renovated since 2010, since you guys bought it, you had a nice addition to the sunroom, so that definitely gives you a little bit of added value in comparison to other properties. The size of it is another good factor. You have a large lot that plays for you guys in terms of comparisons. There's not a whole lot that has sold in that particular area of in VA in Chester, so comping is a little bit difficult, but there are a few that are actually on the market that I was able to locate. And what the realtors listed one pretty recently and pretty close to you. It's on Timbury Point. I'm not sure if you recognize where that's at. But there's one that's listed over there. It's a little smaller than yours, but very similar in terms of style. And that's on the market for $520,000, right? So that's kind of what realtors are listing that particular property for. With yours being a little bit bigger, I could definitely see them listing it for somewhere in the 550s, 575 potentially, maybe even higher depending on what they're looking at in terms of what they assess. And again, that's retail. One thing I always like to mention also is that if you do put it on the market for retail price to get the most out of it, the best that you can, if that's what you guys need, you always got to consider and think about the fact that concessions, realtor fees, closing costs, all those things that are associated with the sale, right? That are not a case with an investor like myself, where we can give you a speed and convenience and flexibility of closing and timeline, where we can make it work on your behalf. It's something with realtor buyers that you really don't have, where you're having to give concessions, you're having to give additional cost breakdowns because they want something fixed or something like that. We don't care, right? We take the house as is, doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything to it. You want to move out, leave all your furniture, that's fine. We'll take care of it, right? So it's not a big deal for us. We do it as far as convenience. We do it for what's best for for the seller, and that's going to make a good situation winnable for everyone. That being said, because of that, obviously, like I said, I run a business. I need to keep the lights on. I need to pay staff. I need to be able to make a little bit of profit, even if it's a small $500 or whatever, right? It's got to be something that's equitable for us to be in business. So if you're looking for something like that in terms of price, I would definitely recommend a realtor, and I would definitely recommend you guys put it on the market, because given the size of the house, so 5,000, about a little over 5,000 square feet, and giving updates, just very low rehab numbers, it would run somewhere between 60 to 80, right, to get everything updated, just because of the sheer magnitude of the house. That's one of the downfalls of having a very large house, is that when it comes to rehab for us, it's going to be costly. Paint costs a lot, materials cost a lot, labor costs a lot. So I think your house is definitely worth somewhere up in between the range of, similar to what Zillow has it at. I think your best bet somewhere up in the 650, 660 range, that range where you could potentially sell it if you've renovated completely, put new cabinets, new floors, countertops, all that good stuff to get it modern to 2024 conditions. And then you can potentially put it on the market for that. Or you could put it on the market for lower, then you have to pay closing costs, you have to pay commissions, and then you're going to lose out on all that potential earnings. Whereas, selling it to an investor like ourselves, we find what's the best for you guys, what you need to actually move on to the next phase of your life, right? Like to say, hey, Hector, I need, I really need like $150,000 net in my pocket. And this is just a hypothetical, right? This is what I need. I need 150 in my pocket. Otherwise I can't move on to the next chapter of my life. And if that's the case, then we can, work the numbers, work backwards and see if we can get there for you. Right. So that's why I say all that to say to you, like, what do you think you guys really need in terms of money in your pocket net so that you can move on to the next chapter in your phase, and then we can work backwards and then see if that's something that we can actually make happen for you.
I don't know. Well, I'd have to think about that and talk to my wife about that, because we're not in any kind of like financial dire straits or anything. We're not in need of money. And as I said, we never thought about selling the house. It was just that, it was just like a cold phone call.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and it was like, hey, have you ever thought about selling your house?
Yeah.
We can make you offer. I was like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I could also do this for you. Do you have a mortgage, right, currently still? Or is it paid off?
Yeah. Not yet. We got a mortgage.
Okay. About roughly how much do you owe? Do you know?
How much do we owe on it?
Yeah, what's your rough estimate number? It's like you owe like 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. What do you owe?
300,000.
Okay, so let's say 300,000 you owe. Okay, so you would need something well above that. So let's say you put it on the market for 650 and you got a buyer to buy for 650, right? So you'd pay after commissions and realtors, and then your mortgage gets paid off. You'd walk away with somewhere between 290 and 305 in your pocket. That would be your net if you sold it on market for asking of 650, right? If that's what you got. So that's kind of just some quick numbers and kind of gives you some ideas. That way you can talk to your wife and just kind of run through the gamut of that. And if that's something that you would want to do, just kind of gives you an idea principle. Like, I don't want to give you a number that's like super low or super high where I would tell you, oh, sorry, that's at the wrong price. And then we'd have to renegotiate. Because ideally, like for us, like I was mentioning, if we were to agree on price, we would send, our contractors out there or to do the walkthrough, make sure our numbers match, our rehab numbers are good. And if everything matches up, everything is good, then we move forward, right? But then if there's the off chance that, oh no, we didn't calculate for all these repairs, instead of 60,000, it's going to cost 80,000, right? So, and that's the kind of the basic principle of how we go about it in terms of making sure that we have a good investment that we're acquiring, and then we're not just, going to be underwater and then we're not able to close on it for you, right? We never want to go into a transaction or a deal and then end up having to walk away. Like when we go under contract, we want to close it. We want to get you your money in your pocket. And then we don't want to string you along like some of these people do on market. I can't stand that. So yeah, I'd say talk to your wife, Eric, and if you guys can come together, come with a number, and if you guys can figure it out to what's something that would make sense for you, great. And again, if you don't want to sell, and just say like, yeah, you know what, I'm just kind of curious. I'm not really interested in selling now. I was kind of curious. And if that's the case, hey, no problem. Just let me know that as well, and that way I can not follow up with you, because I'll follow up and see if you're ready to sell. Kind of to see how you're doing.
Okay.
If you have any questions, just to see whatever it is that you need. And by all means, if you have questions, feel free to call me, text me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have and run through some numbers that you may be curious to find out. So whatever you need, I'll be happy to be here for you. So just talk to your wife, and I'll follow up with you maybe tomorrow, if not Friday.
214 number, a good number to reach you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can call me or text me at that number anytime, any day, night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll get
All
it. Okay.
All right.
So yeah,
Okay.
talk to your wife, Eric. Let me know. It's a pleasure talking to you. Let me know what she says, what you guys are thinking. Either way, just let me know. We'll stay in touch. Okay.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. You take care.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right.
I have to go embrace the no on that one until he's ready to tell me a number.
You couldn't try to get him to come up with something like, you know what? If this is what I usually tell them, I tell them if I walked up to your house and knocked on the door and I had a duffel bag full of money, how much would have to be in there for me to be able to pick up your house and buy it today?
Oh, I like
You
that.
know,
Yeah.
and like, okay, well, if you got a bag full of money, maybe 500,000. Well, now we can go from somewhere, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Or it
Yeah. I
could be
like
a
that.
million, it could be 300, but you got to get him to come up with something.
Yeah.
All right. And some other people will say, well, you know, if I go to a car dealership, the number is right on the sticker of they got a sticker on the window, right? A sticker
Mhm.
price. So they immediately tell you how much. You go to the supermarket, they got prices on everything. So you got to kind of let me know what you want, and I can tell you whether I can meet you there or not. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got to try and get that price out of them at any cost.
Yeah. And I was just trying to understand what he was trying to get at, but
All right.
he wasn't even ready to like, you don't even know if he wants to sell. Like it just so happened that, he one of those cold calls, like, okay, I never really thought about it. You know what?
Did you check Did you check the private chat?
I didn't.
Yeah, I was trying to get you to look at it so you could see that when you start talking,
Yeah.
because you need them to kind of understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. You have to
Yeah.
slow down. You have to slow
Oh, yeah.
down, and also you have to mirror the guy. The guy was super chilled, so you
Yep.
literally had to slow it down to half of what you were saying
Yeah.
because you got to talk just like him. One person that does this like a magician is RJ.
Hmm.
If somebody's really loud, RJ's like really loud and he starts going. And if there's a
Yeah.
little lady that's like, oh yes, my husband just died in town, and then RJ will be like, oh, I'm really sorry to hear about that. Yeah, how's everything going? And so he'll mirror the caller on the phone and match him at their speed, with their tone, with their energy.
Yeah, 100%. No, I appreciate all that feedback. Yeah, that's something that I always got to think about. Like, okay, I need
I
to
know.
slow it down. Like, I catch myself sometimes I don't. And on that one, I didn't. I'm like,
You know what
yeah,
you got to do?
yeah,
Get a little sticky, one of those 3M sticky papers, and put
yeah,
it
yeah,
on somewhere, and just put your tone down and slow down, and then immediately you'll start to remember that you have to mirror the person on the phone.
yeah.
I even
No.
mirror, in some cases, the accents that they have. I don't know why. I've always been able to do that since I was younger.
Yeah. No, that's
So,
good. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I
yeah, work
appreciate
on
that.
that, man.
Yeah, yeah, appreciate that feedback. I gotta keep working on that for sure. Because I have found myself doing that, and I do
Right?
it every once in a while, but then it's not consistent. Where I'm like, okay, I need to constantly ensure that I'm not talking super fast. It's like,
Uh-huh.
in Puerto Rican, and like it just comes like super fast naturally. Like, okay, hey, slow it down there, Linja.
That's right, man. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, I
Get it.
appreciate it. Thanks for that feedback. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
All right, so I finally did my stuff. I'll share my screen on some of these things with you guys. Not necessarily for YouTube, but for anyone that's watching or whoever will watch this video later. So when we have a deal ready to Dispo, first thing I do is I put together a Dispo sheet. You guys able to see that, right?
Yeah.
So I like doing a Dispo sheet on Google Drive or Google Doc just because when we do the investor lift, you have to sign up for it or log in. And sometimes it's a blocker where end buyers like, oh, can you just send me the address or whatever it is. Now, granted, Tom likes to say that, hey, at least we're weeding out the people that are not serious. So I get that. But I can also see that there are still some serious end buyers who don't want to get bombarded by text messages and notifications from Investor Lift. So I figured I'll just create this one. You know what I mean? So it's easier for them to take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I always like to do is I always just like to put something up here where if it's multiple exit strategy, I always put like multiple exit strategies here, or a trifecta, 3 ways to make money. For me, it's all about call to action, right? I want them to click on this link to open it, and I want them to keep scrolling down. So a lot of times, a lot of people like to put more information on the bed and the bath, the property details. Well, everyone can do that on Zillow. So I always like to just go, okay, well, at least you have the photos. And then on here, once again, I'm pointing out the price, but also their potential profit.
Cool.
And then I thought someone was on here. And then the rest would just be property details and then the condition, right? So just letting them know what's good, what's not good, what they need to fix. And then everything else is just regular information that we have regarding, the way we run our transactions. Another thing too is if I go on here, okay, perfect. So this is our investor lift where Tom does the investor lift. It's pretty much the same thing that you guys saw, but now on the investor lift, right? So I'm able to have the investor lift and also the Dispo sheet. So then what we do now is when we click on the property, I can't do it because it'll show the address. But when I click on it, with our cartel mode, it shows all the buyers and then there's deals nearby. I can click on it and it shows up all the deals that happen nearby that property. And so what we do is we just literally copy it. And then we go to ChatGPT and we go create a table format for this list. It has first name, last name, phone number, and email address. So once we have that, we then load it up to our CRM. So whether that's Resimply, in our case, it's Go High Level. So in that way, we're proactive, not reactive. A lot of people wait till they get the inquiries. They wait to see how many people looked at their email blast, whatever it is. For me, I'm like, dude, whether they look at it or not, let's just give them a call. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then for me, what I found is I like to put it on a campaign drip because it might take me a while to call 200 people, but if I can send a first text message,
yeah,
that 99th person might be interested and will respond back to me going, hey man, I'm interested. Let's hop on a call. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting for those. So I have this where it's like, hey, just picked up. Oh wait, where am I? Oh, don't tell me it didn't save everything. You son of a gun. So just picked up, I think I put a banger of a deal. $140,000 profit on a flip. Sorry guys, I thought I saved it earlier.
Yeah, you're good.
And what I like to do is on my first text message, I like to include the investor lift link. And for anyone that's watching that has a CRM, when you guys do this, bro, do this, man. Send that text to you to see how it looks like. You know what I mean? Like, how does it look like and how does it flash across someone's screen? Because right now we get notifications before we even open the text, right? So it only captures a portion of your text message. So you want to make sure that whatever shows up on that notification is catchy, right? That will make them click on that text message. So I always like to just put trifecta of a deal, multiple exit strategies, $140,000 profit, whatever it is that's going to make them click on your text to open it. Hopefully that makes sense. So now that I have that, save action. Hopefully it saved it. Perfect, it did. And then my other text message, like, okay, now that I've sent that, I do the same thing, but now I'm going, hey, we're having walkthroughs because today's Wednesday, this Friday and this weekend, only a few spots left, right? What I'm doing is I'm creating that FOMO effect, right? And now instead of the investor lift link, I do my Google Doc sheet. So for the people that didn't want to click on that investor lift link, now they can click on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give them a couple of options.
Yep. And by the way, in between these, we're making calls, right? So while we're making calls, this thing's just firing up. Hey, any interest in that deal I sent earlier?
I like that.
Yeah, this time it's quick, it's short, and then what I'm doing is I'm attaching a screenshot of this. Only just up to $140,000 potential profit. Why? Because if they're driving, they might have not been able to click on the first text. They might have not been able to click on the second text, right? Because it's just links. It might have unfurled or it might have not. If it didn't, then they don't see it. So on my third text, I want to send a screenshot so when they look at it, it already has everything on their face. And I think the last text that we have is, are you still looking for deals in Sarasota? And that's it, dude. Publish that sucker, save. So then now, if I go and I go to my contacts, I think what's his name? Whatever it is, you guys get the point. At this point, I just do an automation, boom, and it'll just auto drip it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's what I create that same similar style of Dispo sheet for others, but I like your workflow in creating that and then just having them reach out and keep it simple. What's the I guess the wait period, like every 5 minutes, every hour?
Oh yeah, I didn't show that. Let me double check. I think it's like every 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
It's gradual.
And obviously making calls in between that.
In between that, yeah, exactly. So I think it might have been like every 45 minutes. Because these are buyers, right? They're not like sellers, so I don't need to be all up on them.
Right, you don't want to be bombarding them.
Yeah, actually, between the first two text messages is 2 hours.
Okay.
And then the next one is between every 4 hours or 4 hour wait. And then the other one's 6 hour wait.
Sounds good. All right. All right, fellas, I gotta get ready to go to church. Go do with the ladies. Been fun.
Church going, man, eh?
Oh yeah. Be back at it tomorrow.
Good stuff, man.
We'll see you guys. Y'all be good. You killing it.
Have a good one.
You guys.
I didn't know you let me in yet, Caesar.
I don't know, man. I was like, hey, I heard someone, but I couldn't see it because I guess I had too many screens on or up, so I didn't I was like,
Yeah, I was in there probably
I heard the
singing,
beat.
singing to my dog.
What was that?
I was probably singing to the dog.
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh man, yeah, I got the girls and they're all out at some dance class or something, man. I just got off the phone with a guy, classic, I think, situation for that reverse flip I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
So you want to hear what that one looks like?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so what they're trying to teach us is if the as-is value is the same or similar to the ARV, it's a no-go. All right, they can't do anything with that. What you need is a big spread. The bigger the spread, the better, between the current as-is value of that home or property versus what it could be if it were fixed up. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what this guy has, hang on a second. Come here, little pipe. So what this guy has, he's called me a few times. He keeps trying to shop this, and it turns out he is a wholesaler himself. That's what he's saying, at least. So he bought a house, top of the market in 21, October of 21. Okay. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath. It looks like ARV, if it were fixed up, would be around, it's over here in Jacksonville. The ARV on it would probably be around 300. Okay.
Yep.
His debt on this thing is about 240. All right. A little over 240. So it's not good. He's got a buckled up floor. So now we're into best case scenario. He's got some sort of water moisture problem going on under the house or the foundation. I mean, you're looking at, let's say, best case scenario, $45 a square foot to repair this thing, or it's about 70 grand. All right. ARV 300 less 70 grand in repairs. What does this guy need to walk away? He needs 240, right? You add in your wholesaling fee, you're at 260. I mean, this thing doesn't work, and that doesn't even count $30,000 worth of closing costs and repairs for a flip at 300, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work at all. You're underwater by negative 66,000. All right. The way this, I think, is being explained to me, these guys, he has an FHA loan on this thing for, like I said, about 240. What's the current as is value of that house with the floor all buckled up? 240 minus 70.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you're at like 160. What's he owe on the house? If they go in and use the FHA regs against the lender, they have to send in an appraiser to assess what's the current as is value of the house. Is he going to come back with 240? Hell no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's going to come back with 240 minus all this nightmarishness, right? Then they're going to negotiate 5 to 15% off of whatever that new revised number is.
Mm-hmm.
Which, cut to the quick, when you finish doing all of that, what's the current value of the house when you go to sell it as a wholesaler to a fix and flipper that's going to put 70 grand in it to fix it to get that 300,000 ARV? 140 grand.
So what's the spread then? Say 140?
About 80 plus thousand.
Okay.
And that's what they're looking to make. They take 60% of that, you get 40. They litigate it for 3 to 6 months, 3 or 4 months. On average, they said it's about 60 to 120 days to do one of these deals once you give it to them. And they're just going to go in and force it. I think their model is we're going to force depreciation of the asset, right?
Yep.
And then once we force it down as low as we can get it, then we're going to sell it to somebody who wants to force the appreciation like a fix and flipper. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but that's kind of in a nutshell what they're doing. But this guy, he's trying to sub to it. I'm like, dude, it doesn't work as a sub to. Even though at a glance it'll cash flow, because what could you rent the place for? What's the rent rate around there for a 4.2? $1,800 a month all day. Okay? All day long, but not with a buckled up floor. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the floor's all fucked up in it. You can't rent it for $1,800. You got to fix the floor. Well, if you're in there fixing the floor, it doesn't work as a fix and flip or as a rental because you got to come out of pocket with 70 grand to get it ready to rent. Well, who the fuck's going to do that? Nobody. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So even if he gives you the sub 2, which by the way, you know what his rate is on the sub 2?
What?
2.8.
Woo!
So, you know, and he's been trying to sell it at that because he's been calling me off and on for a few months and then he'll ghost me while somebody locks it up. He sent me a couple of sub 2 contracts that he had. And you can see these Three Rivers Investments or whatever, all these wholesalers that keep taking a run at the bait. And then they work the deal for a couple of weeks and they all keep cutting it loose because they're like, we can't, you see what I'm saying? Like you can't make money. And he's like, dude, I'm willing to sub to it. It's got a great rate. And I said, that works if it was rent ready or it needed a little lipstick, new carpet and paint. You're not in that situation. This thing needs a total rehab. It doesn't need a full gut, but it needs at least what would be considered a moderate to heavy rehab. I mean, you might even have to do foundational work on this thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm like, it doesn't work as a sub 2. It doesn't work as a fix and flip. It doesn't work as you know what I mean? It doesn't work as a buy and hold. It works if you can force the depreciation down, get it at 140, 150, add the 70 grand worth of work. Now it's a fix and flip.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get this guy. He's like, what do I got to do? I said, you got to sign over. And I said, I need you and your wife to sign the deed over. Limited power of attorney, third-party authorization, and assignment of surplus. And he's like, dude, what do we get out of that? And I said, not much, man. I said, we're going to stop a foreclosure from happening. We're going to do that for you. And maybe I'll throw you a few grand on the back nine if we get through the knot hole. If we don't, you don't even get that. But right now, what do you got? You got a pig and a poke, dude. And you're getting ready to get a cornhole. He's like, let me talk to my wife and I'll get back to you. I'm like, all right. I said, you know what's worth more to you than what all the rest of this is? He said, what's that? I said, you're a wholesaler? He said, yeah. I said, if I teach you how to do this method, you'll make more money doing this than anything else you're doing in wholesaling. And then you'll have credibility because you've been through it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my little pitch, man. That's what I just spent 20 minutes on the phone with that guy right before jumping on with y'all. All right, I'm on the line, little pipe. What are y'all doing?
We're going for a walk.
Okay. I'm online.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm online with Caesar and Angel.
How embarrassing.
Yeah, you might want to close that door. Did you guys already dance?
Yeah. Hello.
You say hey to Caesar and
Hello,
Angel?
Caesar. Hello, Angel.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Good to see everybody. Hello, hello. Hi, puppy.
Angel,
Hi,
Angel and Caesar. This is Lottie. This is Charlotte, and that's Chloe.
Oh my gosh.
I
Awesome.
call it Clover and Charlie. And that's the dog is
Piggle.
the Pigler, aka Shelly.
And aka the Skibbity Snake.
The Skibbity Snig. That's right. Where are y'all going? Y'all taking the Snigler out? Or you taking the Pigler out for a walk?
Yes.
All right. Did y'all have fun at dance? That was quick, man. I'm surprised y'all are back so fast.
And on the way back, we got to do like a dance where I'm gonna span 128.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very quick.
All right. Take the Snigler with you.
I got 2 more properties from Speed Delete, but they're not picking up the phone, so I'm sending out text messages and emails.
Nice.
Good properties, though. One of them is in Florida, and the other one, let me see, maybe they're both in Florida. One of them's in Jacksonville, and the other one's in Palm Bay.
If you need me to look at something, man, let me know. I'm in Jacksonville.
Cool. Might need you to maybe if there's a chance where she might. This is an older person, so if she can't get any pictures or whatever, maybe you can swing by.
For you, Angel, I'll do it, man.
Hey, you seem to be the most relaxed guy out here, so it seems like you'd be able to handle that. So
You think I could get a deal together, man? Oh, by the way, I heard back from our guy, Caesar. Is he on? Are you on there? What are you doing, dude?
No, I'm just going back and forth with this JV deal that we're doing. But go ahead.
Send me your email. Let me email you this revised contract. They just sent it in just now.
Oh no.
And they caught the error, of course, but I'll let you look at it and see what you think. What's hang on a second.
I put it on the private chat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Drop it on the chat. Look at your mug on that damn Apple deal. Angel, what do you got in the pipe?
Just a lot of phone calls, man. I've been buying leads. I've been calling leads. And just got that one guy with that mobile home that I'm still trying to work things out. He won't send me the pictures. There's another lady that's got a brother in the property that she wants to sell. She says she needs to get him into an assisted living condition home, and then she's ready to sell right after she puts him in there, but she doesn't know how long it's going to take for her to do that. So I'm just keeping up with her.
What's the one in Jacksonville? It's a mobile home?
No. This is a real house. It's a 5-bedroom. The deal with her is, I think she's downsizing.
What part of town's it in, man? Did you know Jacksonville is the biggest city in America by geographical footprint?
No, man.
I didn't know that either until I moved here.
That's pretty crazy.
You can drive for up to an hour at highway speeds and still be in Jacksonville.
Unreal.
The footprint on this thing is absolutely huge, dude. You pick somebody up on the north end of town at the airport, if they live down in Orange Park, you're 45 to 50 minutes, 70 miles an hour to get there.
Wow.
Ask me how I know. I had no idea this town. It's only about 1.5 million the population. It's not that big population. Well, it's like the size of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But the fucking footprint on this thing is ridiculous, dude. It is absolutely huge. It's like riding around Houston or something.
Yeah, Texas is a big place.
It's just, I mean, I had no idea it was this big. Like, if you get somebody who says, "Oh, I'll meet you for lunch," you better find out where, because you could be minimum 45 minutes to an hour away from, depending on traffic.
Okay, so this house is south of the 295 and west of the 95 near Turtle Creek.
Okay, that's going to be over in Orange Park. So that's the exact opposite side of town. Where I'm up on the northeast side, up over by between the Intracoastal and the ocean.
Okay.
If you're looking at a map where the St. Johns River goes out to the Atlantic Ocean,
Right.
And then it comes over. It runs like it's one of the few rivers in America. It flows north, but it goes from the Atlantic west, and then it comes down like almost like an L shape.
It looks like it's a horizontal instead of a north-south.
Yeah, well, it does both. It
Wow.
runs up like this. You know what I mean? It goes up and then over and out.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, if you look at the 295 is the beltway that goes around Jacksonville.
Yeah, I see that.
And 95 cuts right through the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you're down on the southwest side. It's actually a good part of town, man. There's a whole different lifestyle on the river than what's going on the ocean.
She seems to be right on the water.
Yeah, there's some really beautiful, really nice homes all down through there, man.
She's on Broward.
I mean, I've heard of it. I can't think of where it is off the top of my head, but I know the general
she's
location.
facing Broward River.
Okay,
Actually, it's in her backyard. Actually, from what I can see here.
Yeah,
but it's a very select amount of houses. What I'm looking at is probably got about 25 houses on the northeast and maybe about 10 on the northwest. So that's a very select little area there, all secluded. We'll see if it pans out. I'm trying to get a hold of her.
Yeah, let me know if you need help on it, man.
All right. I'm gonna have to cut out here. I gotta take my kid over to my my son's house. So I was gonna cut out at 4:30, but it's 4:27, so we might as well send it off now. All right. So you tell Caesar I said goodbye.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Later, Angel.
Thanks, man.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's all right.
All right.
All right, Caesar, I'm sending this to you right now.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna call this seller that we're trying to get across the finish line, but we're gonna need to figure something out.
Let's see if you can get it done.
It's a messy one. Hey, Ashley, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just been a very, very busy day after a very busy night.
Right.
You know, everyone I've been talking to, like, oh my gosh, I've been up all night long. Okay, cool. So I had a chance to speak with Chris today. And so what I heard from him, and I'm just relaying the message back to you, is that he doesn't mind signing, but what he's saying is that there is a total of $13,000 to $14,000 of debt that needs to be paid to him first, which was taxes that he paid for, and I cannot remember the other to save my life, but it's about $10,000. I don't know if you know what that is. I texted him asking him what it was. I can't remember right now.
Is he crazy?
Hey, I'm just saying, I know it's a delicate thing that I always like have to thread on. But it sounds like, I mean, you guys might have to get your lawyers involved or between you two, but there's got to be a solution, because if we send him the...
Listen to me. It doesn't, what he's talking about is irrelevant, because the property, listen, just like we agree, my debt is my debt, his debt is his debt. He's not getting no extra money out of this deal. It's going to be split 50-50. That's it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know who he think he is.
I understand. It's just title is not going to close on it, because title's not going to close on it unless we have a signature. And the reason why we need his signature is because the divorce decree says 50-50. Right. Okay, and so if he doesn't sign, then we can't close on it. Like it's not an R thing, it's a title thing. and
Okay,
it's a lack of signature thing, you know.
Right. So he's talking about 13,000 for what?
He said 3 to 4. Like taxes was about 3 to 4,000. He couldn't remember the exact amount, and then the other amount was like $10,000. And like I said, I apologize, but I cannot remember to save my life what it was, what that item was. I texted him. I'm waiting for him to send a text.
Yeah. Okay. He's on his mind at this point.
You know what I mean?
If you think, because I can just go to court and just get the whole thing at this point. You know what I mean? Like, because what do you mean? I've been paying the everything on that house, and he's talking about some taxes. Taxes is not even that much.
Yeah. Well,
and not only that, but he tax exempt. So, show me the receipts.
Well, that's one thing too. I asked him, I was like, hey, can you have, because he was like, I can get my lawyer to, I'm like, all right, well, if you can get your lawyer to write something up, send it to us. So, at the end of the day, you got to take care of it. Now, Ashley, the good news is we're here. Hopefully you can take care of it sooner. And at the end of the day, you got yourselves a buyer. The thing is, we just can't do anything because title won't close on it.
Okay. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna make sure. I'm just gonna take them back to court. It's just that simple. I'm not time to be dealing with this.
Okay.
Now it's just getting out of hand because $10,000 for what? For what?
Yeah.
I don't owe him anything.
I know.
Like my thing, I asked him. I said, "Did you want me to go half on the taxes? The back taxes, this was like in 2022 or something, and he said, no, don't worry about it. I got it, right? Because he didn't want to lose the house, like we didn't want to lose the house due to taxes, back taxes or whatnot. So is that what you're talking about? It doesn't make a difference because the judge said that whatever the house is sold for, it needs to be split 50-50. If he think I'm going to sit here and pay the taxes on my own out of my portion and the water bill and everything like that out of my portion, that is not going to happen. Because all of this was accumulated when we were together.
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay. And if it's going to be my... he shouldn't be getting any money from this house.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So now I will definitely call my attorney and see what I got to do and put a rush on this.
All right.
This point.
So that being said, can we do, what do we need to do? Can we do like an amendment and just say, since he said 45 days, can we just do December 30 or sooner? So that way we're still...
No. I'm gonna call my attorney tomorrow and I'm gonna see how quick we can get this done.
Okay, so why don't you do that, and once you do that, then we can make an amendment, whatever we need to make an amendment. But it needs to be taken care of. You know what I mean? Like we're ready to go now. Now it's just a matter of on that side.
Right, and then it's like Tiara is just up in there just living for free, and like the water bill is getting more expensive. Like what the hell?
I know. I mean, I'd like to help you with that, but I mean, at this point, we're not the owners. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. It's fine, Caesar. I'll figure it out.
All right. Well, I mean, I just want to make sure that you don't. We've done a lot of work. I just want to make sure you don't go with another buyer on this, since we've hung with you this whole time. You know what I mean?
Well, that's not my,
not your intention.
Right. So.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll keep the title open for now until you figure it out, and then once you let us know, then we can let title know what the next steps are.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I just want to clarify that we're still good to go. Just figure it out.
He want like $13,000. Like, is that what he want plus half of the money? Is that what he asked for?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. So he's saying whatever is quote, and I'm doing air quotes right now since you can't see me. whatever's owed to him, which sounds like 13 to 14 based on coming from his mouth. And then after that, then it's 50-50.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need the if he texts you what it is, I'm definitely gonna have to send that to my attorney so everything can be put in, the judge can see all of this, because this is getting out of hand. Like, I don't know who he think he is.
Yeah. So
this is getting weird.
Ashley, if you don't mind, because I've been through this situation before, and the last thing I want is he says, she says kind of deal, and then all the fingers get pointed at me. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna send a quick text.
Yeah, no, I don't want it to be like he say, she say.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say, hey, here's per my conversation with Chris. Here's what he said. Per my conversation with Ashley, you guys got to figure this out, and then we can move forward once this thing is settled. And then you guys don't have to banter. Just say, okay, got it. Okay, got it. And that's it. You know what I mean? So in that way, I'm protected. You're protected. And I just want to make sure we've got paper trail going. I'm doing my part to perform and get this across the finish line. I just need you guys to perform and get it across the finish line. And however long that takes, you just let me know. We're here to buy it. Okay?
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
Thank you.
All right, cool. Bye.
That sounds fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Was that a divorce?
It's a divorce thing.
Dude, I got one right now jamming me up, man. The guy is is another one of these reverse deals. The guy was like, I don't care about getting money. I just want to make sure she doesn't. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I don't care about getting money. I just want to make sure she doesn't get any. I'd rather get nothing than her get something. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That's hardcore, buddy.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. So I didn't really want to like air that out, but like figured like for anyone that's new, like you may come across this and you just want to make sure it's a delicate situation. And I've learned my lesson, like put it on a group text. And I always tell them, like, look, I don't want to hear any banters. This text is not for bantering. This is literally just to have a paper trail. And a lot of times both parties will be like, okay. And they can banter on their own things.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Did you get a chance to look at that contract?
Oh, shoot. Thank you for reminding me.
That's all right.
Sorry, man.
How long we been fucking with this? A week?
Yep.
It's probably about exactly a week, man.
Oh, okay. So that's fine. They just want it both.
They're back at the 50, aren't they?
Yeah, 25 and 25.
But you know what I think we can get is 20 days instead of 15. Right?
You want me to do that?
Yeah. Don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're the one that's going to dispo it, man.
I like it. I like your style.
I'm just a sweet talker, man. That's all I do.
All right, so I'll do the 20 and you just talking to me like, hey, like you're giving us 20 and just like you, we just want 5 extra days.
Didn't he say something about that in the last round? Something about 20 days? Did they take that back out?
No, it's still there.
So does it read like that we get 20 days before we have to deposit the 50?
No. How it reads is that we have 20 days to back. So once we deposit the 25, we have 20 days to back out of it.
Yeah, we don't want to deposit the 50 before 20 days. Right?
No, we're going to back out of it before we even have to deposit.
Exactly, because I mean, I agree with what
these guys are idiots. It's like you're doing extra work. It's like you think we're going to deposit 15, 20, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to change it to 20 days instead of 15 days?
Yeah, since they're the ones bringing that up, so let's take the 20. But it's like, guys, we're not tying up 50 grand with escrow. I'm not giving 50 grand to I'm not giving 50 grand to my wife, dude. Much less you guys for goddamn. I mean, y'all want to be arguing with some title company because you guys go in there and dispute it for what? Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Plus tying that up. I mean, I got other deals going on. I'm not going to just leave 50 G's laying at some escrow agent's house, man. Fuck that.
All right, I'm adding it on here.
Did they change the numbers on it, or they left the numbers the same, right?
The same, right? And I'm gonna put an expiration date on it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So what is it? No, I have to copy
So
it. Sorry, I can look it up. At least we know the lawyer's not that much of a ding dong.
How about that nurse that has 29 properties?
Who's that?
That's the speed to lead that I'm working right now. She's got 29 properties, man.
Wow, good for her. Good.
I don't know what they're worth because on PropStream it comes back not worth, but it's more than most people. It was like 1.6. You think it'd be a lot higher than that, but she says she wants to empty all of them eventually. She's interested in the one or two right now.
What's this one? This one is 7 cinnamon. Okay.
Did you say you don't use batch?
No, we used to. I don't use it anymore. I don't really like them.
What did you not like about it? I've just started to try it out. I've been using PropStream.
I don't know. I just didn't like the UI. I just didn't like. That's pretty much it. Today's the 6th, right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait, what did I do? I screwed up. I put 15 days, not 20 days. All right, let me do it. 20 days. I'll just correct the other one.
I wanted to tell you how sorry I was that your girl Kamala didn't win, man. I could see RJ was all broke up about it.
Are you spreading rumors, bro?
He was all broke up, man. I'm still reeling from it all. We'll see what happens. We'll see if anything gets done. He ain't hold anybody accountable yet that I can tell for sure. We'll see what happens. Have we done anything about Epstein's client list?
All right, dude. Done. Sent to them. So we're good to go on that one.
We got 20 days before we have to deposit anything?
Yep. That's what I wrote on there.
How confident are you about Dispo in these?
Not that confident.
How much?
I only say that
what's
because
our plan of it? Huh?
It's a turnkey. Anytime it's a turnkey, it's always a little bit harder to dispo.
Fully furnished. 101 is.
Fully furnished 101, right?
Yeah, with nice stuff, not junk rental shit. He's got like nice ass stuff in there.
I'm sure we'll be able to move it though.
You know what he offered me today? He said, if you want, I'll pack up all the furniture. He goes, I got a 28-foot truck, man. I'll have it brought to wherever you want.
Can he include like a Lamborghini in it?
You know what I'm saying?
That
I
would
was
be
kind of half tempted, but I'm like, no, let's just see if we can get this thing sold first, man.
Look at Jermaine, dude. Got 7 out for the week. My man.
At least somebody's getting it done, even if I'm not.
Jermaine actually sells cars for a living, and he's dope. Dope. And we're gonna close his seller this weekend. We're gonna do it, Jermaine. Get it done. All right. I have to do a lot of admin work, and I don't want to bore you guys. So
I'm gonna bail out. I got to do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it early today. We'll get back on it tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got a lot of calls though, both buyers and sellers. So come back tomorrow, guys. I'll have pretty good content there. But right now I just wanna do some admin stuff, so that way I'm ready to rock and roll tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Later, man.